Okay, we're live. I'm going. Yo, yo, what's the deal? Everyone, welcome to the sixth episodes of Speak Up Live Community Talk Show. Let us know if you can hear me well. And please, help us spread the word, share the YouTube link. Let me see if we're live. I think so. We are. Let us know where you're from. Let us know if you have any questions for our guest. Tonight, we got a dynamic duo from the Netherlands. Mr. Blabbermouth, the master of emceeing, and Bboy Menno, a b-boy that we don't have to introduce. Before we're gonna start with our music guest, let me announce the winner of the last week Legends contest for this Lil Zoo Legends T-shirt. The question was, when was the first edition of the freestyle session? And the correct answer is 1997. And the winner is Mr. Dario Castelletti, I suppose from Italy. So congrats. I'm gonna say that the new question for this episode, once we get Menno on board, because the question is related to him, obviously. Let me see. We got 10 people live. And let us know if you can hear as well. Sound is good. I forgot to say that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sideshow. We're in the T now. Much love. Yeah, let us know if you have any questions for Blabber or Menno. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome one of the illest boom bap MCs around the world with the most skills I know. 20 years in the game, all the way from Haarlem, the Netherlands, Mr. Blubber Mouth.
What
What's
up?
up, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's the deal? How's it going over there in the Netherlands?
All good, man. Trying to stay productive, So that's what's up, man.
Like you've been just stuck in your city, I guess, getting creative, working on some new music.
Yeah, my city, and the area around here. Visiting my parents and working with the other artists from here.
Hmm.
Yeah, man.
Okay, for the guys, like I'm sure some of you guys might not know, Blabbermouth, he's probably more famous outside of the Netherlands than in the Netherlands. Is that true? Would
Yeah,
you say
man.
so?
That's definitely true. Yeah.
So he's been touring around Europe. He's been touring in Latin America. Maybe some of you saw his show at the Legis Blast in Banska Bystrica Outbreak Year last summer. He was also performing live in Prague at the Legis Blast Winter or Legis Blast Prague back in March. He was also featured at the Legis Blast Anthem with Master Ace, and we did the collabo to Worlds Collide in New York City, which released this track in March. So I definitely want more of the breaking scene to witness what you're all about, because there's a lot of skills behind your art form. Um, you
Sure.
release a lot of albums. Obviously, you press them on vinyls, keeping it traditional. Some of your vinyls are like the Flowing Dutchman, the Blabbermouth from the top of the stack, and the most recent one is Ain't Backing Down, right?
Yeah, man. That's the latest from last year, September.
Okay. And
Yeah.
are you working on a new album as at the moment, or what's going on
Um,
during this?
I have a new EP that's gonna come out soon. Actually have two new EPs. One is with two other MCs, and one is a solo record. And I have an album, collaboration album with SQB and Elmatic.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come out, I think, end of the year. But I think like the most um, soon release will be the EP that I'm working on now. So,
Okay.
and I'm dropping like I sold out the vinyl of the last album, so
Oh,
I'm doing a repress, and I'm dropping
mm-hmm.
a new music video with that as well, like within 2 weeks. So
Okay. So keeping it busy.
yeah, for
Keeping it
sure,
busy.
for sure.
Let me see. I got some questions ready for you. How would you like? say, like, what is the purpose of your music? Like, what is the philosophy behind? Like, what are you trying to do with your music?
Well, I guess the message is that you could do anything in life if you believe in it and if you put everything in it. If you work hard for achieving your goals, it could be anything, you know. But that's kind of the philosophy and the message in the music. Just be the best you can be in whatever it is you practice, you know. And besides that, it's just a lot of braggadocio and wordplay concepts in the
Mm-hmm.
tracks. And I like crazy type of delivery, so I do fast type of shit, and I do ragamuffin type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do storytelling type of tracks, you know. So um, yeah, just trying to be versatile, you know, with the whole
Mm-hmm.
being aspect.
Yeah, I guess we'll see that fast skills, fast rap skills in a minute. How would you describe, like, what is hip hop for you? Because obviously there's a lot of new MCs, or I would say rappers maybe, but like, what is your perspective as far as what is hip hop culture?
Um, Expression, you know, the best way to express yourself through music, or in your case, dancing. Um, but yeah, to be free, you know, to be free with your expression. And hip hop is such a versatile platform. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so hip hop comes in many shapes and forms. You know, some people might say that's real hip hop and that's not real hip hop, but there's many aspects in
Mm-hmm.
hip hop itself. Just music alone, you have so many different subgenres of rap music. So it's really like any type of music you can name. There's been
Mm-hmm.
a hip hop version of that, you know, and there's a rapper in every city, you know, there's a b-boy probably in every city, you know, and it's like a worldwide thing. Like hip hop, it has so many aspects and people gravitate towards that, you know. And so it's about expression and also about um, bringing all types of different people together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to me it's about that, you know.
We got some people in the building that know your music. Wake Up Call is one of the dopest sound out there. Michael Ironstein Oliveira. So they
What's
know DJ Plash and BlabberMouf Collabo. We got DJ Smirnov in the building. What's up, bro?
up,
All the
man?
way from Russia. Um, what about, how would you compare, like, MC community versus breaking or b-boy bigger community? Because you've been to both of our, like, most recent jams, like Albert Europe and the Legis Blast in Prague. Like, how would you compare? Like, is it like similar, or is this different, or what is your perspective?
Well, like I said, in hip hop music, you have so much different subgenres, and that yeah, everybody's sort of on their own grind, you know. Of course, you have in the boom bap scene, you have all, like, to name a few, maybe Malef or SQB, the Fat Flavor guys, La Bass, True Comers from Switzerland. That's all
Mm-hmm.
in the same type of sphere, the same type of vibe. But then you also have more trap type of music, you know, or and they also have their own scene. And so I guess that would be the major difference, because I think in the b-boy scene, there's just the b-boy scene, and that's why you guys maybe have some more unity, you know, because it's clear where the platform is, where you can go to express and do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in music, it's more competitive in that sense, because everybody's trying to get the same shine
Mm-hmm.
in the same place as well. But besides the same place, there's also different circuits of music, you know. You're trying to get what I'm saying. um, so I
Yeah.
would say it's different. I think in the b-boy scene, there's some more unity as far as places where you can come together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could definitely agree. I mean, we can relate. Probably we have different dance styles. at the same time,
Yeah,
like different subgenres of hip hop music. But yeah, I could, from my perspective, I could see definitely more unity among dancers. It's more of a unity as opposed to competition. Of course, there's a hardcore competition with dancers too, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, at the after party, everybody's together. So what about you? Like, how do you? I mean, especially now, like, how do you feel? Like, you're used to traveling almost every weekend, doing shows all over the world, and now, like, you're just, I don't want to say like stuck in one place, but like, I mean, I can relate to this too because I travel a lot. Like, but how is that with your like mindset? Like, is this the preparation time for when everything opens up, or how do you deal with that?
Yeah, there's also more aspects to that, of course. I think like everybody else, we all got ups and downs, you know.
Uh-huh.
And maybe when you feel a bit down, it's like for whatever reason. But then on top of that, it's also like, oh, and I can't do shows. God damn, you know. So, but yeah, besides that, you know, as long as I can keep my mind
Mm-hmm.
occupied with creativity, as long as I can be creative, um, I'm gonna use that time, you know, because usually it's the same hustle every year
Mm-hmm.
to get the shows, you know, to get your project out, to get the music video scene, to get everything heard and promoted,
Mm-hmm.
to hit the festival season and do a club tour and all that stuff. So that pressure is kind of, it's not there now as much.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of frees up the my mind to do more music, um, and not just do more music, but also round up the projects that we've been doing the last year. So
Okay, dope. We got a question from DJ Smirnov, since he's been coming to Haarlem many times, I guess, for IBE. Do you know, like, can you tell him the best record record shop in Haarlem?
I saw a new record store, but I haven't been there. But there's two spots. Um, One is downtown, and it's like sort of like a regular CD shop that also has some records. But there's another one a little bit outside the city, and it's like this store where they sell used products.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there people used to do some digging, you know, but that's about it.
Okay, so not so many options. I mean, it's a small town.
Yeah, it's fucking small. So
Okay, so you want to showcase some of your music or do any freestyle? Like, this is the time to
all
drop
right,
it. What would you like to perform?
let me just play some instrumental, man, and see what happens.
Okay.
I hope the sound is okay.
I think it's pretty good.
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. Check it out, check it out, check it out now. Check it out, check it out, check it out now. Check it out, check it out, check it out now. One time, yo, hey yo, I'm going crazy in here. I know you know why. Every minute we living longer in lockdown. Oh, priorities to stay alive now. Quarantine got me like, yeah, let me out now. I used to do tours, but now I'm homebound. I used to do more than getting high on the couch, but the circumstances are tough. The whole society's fucked. Yo, I'm lucky, better off than most. Still, it sucks, but I try not to complain too much and keep my head up. We just have to sit it out and wait for better days to come. Cause only last year on every stage we raised it up. Only regret I have is I didn't enjoy enough. Now I smoke too much and I sleep too long. Too much Netflix, but now I've seen it. All too much late night gaming sessions, I could beat them. All too much scrolling on my phone, I guess I'm really. Or write another by my fifth 16 this morning. Write another crazy than ever recorded. Make more crazy tunes and then before it. I check it out, still hardcore with the skills. I'ma peep it right now. Check it out, Mr. Blabber on that funky freestyle. I'ma drop it. And if you like to hear me rap about some words, you can drop it in the comments. Check it out, I'm chilling with my man MG. Lab, I'll break it down on the MIC. EFFECT is what we begin. Then Mr. Blabber, let me start to begin with that funky shit from the top of the dome. You can catch me on the legits, rocking the microphone. Stay at home and wash your hands. Not everything's going according to plan, but understand. There will be better days to come. Mr. Blabber grab the microphone and still I raise it up. So what up, what up? Yo, where you be? Check it out, Mr. Blabber flow to the beat, yo. Still alright, check it out. Mr. Blabber, grab the mic and get high. Yo, make you feel good, make you feel right. Check it out, get high all night. Yo, that's what we doing now. The Mr. Blabber, check it out, I'm running through it now. Like Blab, shotgun shells. My name ain't AS, but it ain't hard to tell that I'm super fresh. Sucker MCs wanna step up, but they still can't test. Yo, iller than cardiac arrest. They wonder how the motherfuckers got so fresh. I don't know, we've been practicing for years. Check it out, yo, we all the way up in there. Flavor in your ears, and you can taste it. The Mr. Blabber rock the mic, it's amazing. Yo, hey yo, that's legit. Check it out, Mr. Blabber dropping that shit. And you can peep it. And if you don't like that shit, then you can keep it. Your opinion, I mean, keep it to yourself. Stay inside, yo, it's good for your health. Yo, don't get sick unless it's over a beat that I'm about to rip, yo. With that funky shit, yo, let me continue with this, yo. Maybe a verse or something. I'd rather rhyme about nothing to sound like something. Like my name was Sean P. Check it out, yo, they be on fleek, yo, I got more rattle than a rattlesnake. Grab this microphone and sink your motherfucking battleship. Suckers be on the battle tip, but when I start the rhyme, suckers, they can handle this. I take your whole budget and cancel it. Blasting it, yo, check it out, yeah, freestyle shit.
You got the word face masks?
Face mask. Yo, check it out. I got flavor and you can taste that. When you step into a plane, you need a face mask. That's what they said in the news the other day. We still on lockdown, but hey, I don't think any time soon I'm stepping on a plane. But it's okay, yo, cause I be smoking, they legalize it. Make sure I wash my hands with hand sanitizer. Yo, drop the next one, check it out, Mr. Blabber. I'ma puff this blunt when I can sit back, relax. Back in the days, I used to hang out with Kickback, and he used to make beats on the MP6T. That's what it be. Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. No, I can't join. Next to BlabberMouf is impossible. I need to practice a little bit more.
That's nice too.
Let's see what you got. Mr. BlabberMouf, live from Haarlem, the Netherlands.
Yo. Check it out now. Check it out. Check it out now. Yeah, yeah. Check it out now. Yeah, yeah. Here it goes. Yeah. What? I don't depend on my rap, but shit just naturally don't. Pull up a blunt and let me roll. I kick my signature flow. Don't even have to try, my shit's still iller than most. They don't mean I'm a grind, in fact, they mean the opposite, yo. I'm on the go, recording the tour and getting those pesos. Lost hours, can't afford them, so make haste, yo. A couple of projects in the works, still I wanna make more. A couple of bigger, but every bigger, but better to explode. Gotta be something wrong with me, I don't know. All I know is I need my music like nachos con queso. I like Janie, don't I like Laney, don't. Shining the extra, special way like one below. Now many rappers trying to do this, but lack so. Too many whack motherfuckers with styles they stole. I while the microphones are from my ivory throne. Give eyes blown from some more crazy lines I wrote. Come on, I check it out.
Sick.
Yeah, I check it out. Yeah, I check it out. Yeah, yeah, I check it out. Check it out. Wait, let me play something else, man.
All right. Yeah, guys, let us know if you have any suggestions for the words.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Blabber is one of the best freestylers out there, as far as I know.
We're gonna. I don't know what to play. I'm just freestyling also what to play. So.
Yeah, it's all freestyle session for real.
I'll just play this one. Let me turn it up some. Shit is major fresh. Shit is major fresh. Shit is major fresh. Yeah. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I wanna know how many viewers we got. The Mr. Blabber kinda used to be hot. Check it out. I wanna know how many viewers we got. Mr. Blabber, check it out. And yo, I'm used to this hot. Try to touch it. Mr. Blabber stays buff and rugged. In the studio, still staying mad, blunt and crazy high. And yo, that's where I be all the time. Mr. Blabber, check me on that freestyle rhyme. And maybe I can drop some words in the comments. I don't really care if you can follow this. Say on that funky shit. Mr. Blabber staying on the blabberastic tip. So where that shit at? Yo, let me switch up that flow. Check it out, I got hours worth of flows, and you can peep it. Yo, just stay tuned. In a minute, I don't even know what I'm gonna do or what I'm gonna say. It just rolls from my tongue. Yo, you're getting stung by the phone. So what's next? Yeah, I'll stay fresh. Party people tell me when I'm coming back, cause I need them to keep the freestyle going. Mr. Blabber on the rhyme, I'm exploding like C4. Hey yo, you need more? I got that funky type of shit you haven't seen before. And check it out, my style stays hardcore. Still up and perfecting my art for. Like what for? Like I don't even know. I got nothing else to do, so I gotta go. Continue with this rhyme flow. Still I got crazy control. I'm thinking of a verse coming to mind, but in the meantime, I'm just listening to my rhyme. Listening to my rhyme. About to blow my fucking mind. Here it goes. Yo, here it goes. I got so many rhymes, they falling from my nose. Yo, from your fucking elbows, they kinda ashy. Check it, Mr. Blabber stays classy. Ha, yo, sometimes rough, sometimes classy, sometimes slowly, sometimes fastly. Pass me, sometimes being, sometimes weed, sometimes ashes. I roll up, sometimes slim, sometimes fatty, sometimes ghetto, sometimes fancy. Kicking it with soul, and sometimes rugged, sometimes fancy. Sometimes a short, sometimes a everlasting. Let the music capture those moments till it's time for passing. Sometimes I'm chilling, sometimes I'm wildin'. Sometimes I write rhymes, sometimes I freestyle them. Knock 'em out, sometimes Apollo, sometimes Rocky. Watch me, sometimes humble, sometimes a little cocky. It comes to Poppy, y'all know what the deal is. Let buff flows to make your whole hood feel it. And if you ever wonder how they got so slick, I go like, watch out, let me tell you what it is. Hopefully it's not COVID-19, but in the meantime, we up in here quarantine. Check it out, I know you're liking this sound. Yo, telling you, chilling in lockdown with my beer, my spliff, my weed is where it's at. Mr. Blabber still busting on them freestyle raps. Yeah, yo, still be getting liver. Make sure that you wash your hands with hand sanitizer or get the face mask. Yo, don't taste that. Mr. Blabber, yo, give me the beat, I'll lace that. I went back to them comments that been dropped before, but still the rhyme keeps flowing, it keeps coming with more. Still come with more. And let me ask the party people, do you want some more? Cause we ain't backing down. And Mr. Blabber grab the microphone and back in town, yo. Yo, why you acting now? Motherfuckers see him looking, know they like my style, yo.
Killing it. Crazy.
Like jalapenos, man.
That's the name of the crew.
The name of the crew.
Yeah. Sideshow, right? Yeah. Maybe you can switch it up and drop like one track that like just so people can see that obviously you can freestyle, but like something maybe people can recognize too. Maybe something from your new album.
Yeah, let me play this. Ha. Let's have a sip of this drink here. You are now tuned in to the Mr. BlabberMouf legit live stream. Here it goes, yo. Hey yo now, hey yo now. Some people still surprised that we produce this dope sound. So leave them flabbergasted when I bust my flows out. Letting them know whenever I'm a rush up, it's a showdown. Hey yo now, hey yo now. Some people still surprised that we produce this dope sound. Leave them flabbergasted when I bust my flows out. Letting them know whenever I'm a rush up, it's a showdown. Hey yo, check it out. Check it out, wow. Hey yo. This is just the interlude, you know, like just build it up.
Yeah. No doubt.
Hey yo now, hey yo. We ain't backing down. Check it out. We ain't backing down. Check it out, yo, we ain't backing down. Can't stop this sound, we spread these vibes all around, yo. Let me tell them, we ain't backing down. Wicked every time we spread these vibes all around, yo. So can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? As we provide all day, sound boy, give it to him like na 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 na, hey. Sound boy, Mr. Blabber, how you living? Yo, moviendo my kind. Cada fase su nivel, most bro, you killing it, though. Far from finish, compa. Music I no para, never stop, so just a bomba. I keep on freaking it, proceed and flow to the beat so easily, immediately free the rhythm. You're feeling it, this music is healing and needed for the people who believe in it. Jump, that's my word, I follow my path, I'm going straight. The summer come out, we've been struggling for endless days. Let me find my way, we're dropping the boom basket. Hit you with some shit that might leave your half fraction. Ratchet, crazy, blabber rats, take a smash flow. Bang joints in the lab, till my eyes go closed. When it blows up, we can only from this rapping, yo. But until that time, you know how it goes. Let me tell them, we ain't barking down. Yeah,
What?
time we set these vibes all around, yo. Let me tell them, we ain't barking down. Wicked every time we set these vibes all around, yo. So can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? As we provide all day, sound boy, give it to him. So better make way from the main stage to the cipher in the alleyway. Sound boy, giving it to him like na 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 na. Hey, ya está cerca, so much flavor, llega tu zona. Música no para, never stops, so that's a bomba. Ha, blab, always stay lounge and fat. What about you about the time we didn't have a dime to spend? Since I follow my musical instinct, now we taking planes all over the place to rip shit. Steady maintaining the success. What's the meaning we can there yet? It's just a woman for the real thing. I can see us all there, loving life, celebrating. We got into the moment we won't stop until we make it. Tell them we ain't backing down. Yeah, stop these songs, we spread these vibes all around, yo. Let me tell them we ain't backing down. Wicked every time we spread these vibes all around, yo. So can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? As we provide all day, sound boy, give it to him like na 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 na. Hey, yeah,
Yeah, Mr. BlabberMouf,
Mr. Blabber
live from Netherlands, Netherlands.
in the house, yeah. Yo, shout out to my man MG, the legit.
Thanks, Billy's. Shout out to everybody who tune in. Let us know if you have any questions for BlabberMouf
Yeah.
or Menno, who is coming up later. Real hip hop in the building.
Got it going on.
Much love to Julio Borja. What's up, Spunky? Slovakia in the building.
Hit you with some shit that might leave your hand fraction. Yeah,
All right.
that's from the latest album, Ain't Backing Down.
Okay, what else can you do? What else you want to do?
What else?
We got time for maybe a couple more, one more.
Yeah, let me drop something. Let's have some drink.
Refresh the throat. SQB on the production.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to SQB from Chile.
Rock to the beat, yo. Oh yeah, low, for all my peoples, check it out, yeah. Ha, continuare, tänk down. Ahora voy a hacerle get back. A soltar un solo norte del planeta es where I'm at. Representa mi forma de vivir y de actuar. Controlar a micrófono, hacer volar al lugar. Cruzando el mar, los pasa como si fuera fat cat. No sé de límites cuando tengo que improvisar. Vas al azar, en cada instante yo estoy practicando. Quemar la llor de hierba para también tematizarlo. La silla para llevarla donde sea que me encuentre. Para mi gente, uno frío flow caliente. Haciendo mis movidas siempre entre continentes. Rígido como aguardiente. Desde el nadie entiende. The flow and judgment. Rima, rima intensifico. Sacando de competencia. Raperos que mandan de hip hop. Andemos los distritos para ser bombardaditos. Manteniéndolo con mira cada escenario que piso. Guau, 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 chao. Los que hacen que sepamos que ese estilo no es extinto. Óyelo, guau. Manteniéndolo con vida cada escenario que piso.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty crazy because you don't really speak Spanish like that, right? But you rap in Spanish.
Yeah, I don't speak
So,
Spanish.
tell me how you how you do this. This is pretty crazy.
Man, me and SQB, the producer, we just fuck around, you know. We
Mm-hmm.
write lyrics together, and in this case, I just cram all my knowledge of the Spanish language. I threw all the words together, and SQB helped me write some parts of
That's
the verse, you know. And
that's what's up. That's what's up. We have a question from Sideshow. How did you get started rhyming, and who are your idols?
my idols.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe at the beginning, like who you look up to.
Um, I would definitely say all the Wu-Tang guys.
Word.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes. Yeah.
Okay. And
Maybe.
how did you get start rhyming?
Um, I don't know. Hip
Why?
always had my interest, or at least hip hop music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started doing little joke raps with a friend of mine in the neighborhood, and we started to write some raps, you know. And then started as a joke, and then from there I started to have fun with it and started to become better. So
That's what's up. Thank you, Sideshow, for the question. Pietro Realty, which is, by the way, my producer from Slovakia,
yeah.
he's asking how many hours a day do you spend in the studio?
Well, sometimes I skip some days just because I don't feel like it. But lately, man, I spend at least man, if I'm doing a session in the studio, I'm in there for at least like maybe 14 hours.
Chill.
Yeah. But I have some dinner in between and shit, so I'm not.
Okay.
But yeah, I spend a lot of time here, especially when I'm recording.
That's what's up. Can you tell us where we can find your music? Let me hide this. I can pull up the website, the Bandcamp. Maybe you can briefly talk about it. Let me turn myself off and let me put it on the full screen. 1 second.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the left one is my latest album, The Ain't Backing Down, from last year. The Flowing Dutchman, I did that one with Truffle, one of my producers in Amsterdam. Shout out to Truffle. And yeah, the other two, bottom left is my second album, and bottom right is my first album from 2012. And yeah, you can also get vinyl on my website. I don't think these shipping prices are that accurate, but it's okay. Um, yeah, if you want it signed, just let me know.
That's what's up. And we got also the YouTube channel where most of your music is released.
Yeah,
Uh,
my videos.
let me feature that. So hold on.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have a new video coming out pretty soon as well. But yeah, the content on this channel is dope. Latest music video was all the time. Um, Truffle also dropped something on there with Elmatic. So yeah, go check it out. The Shogun's YouTube channel. Make sure you check my video, Resonate, Aim Backing Down all the time, and even some of the older stuff, Instant Flavor, Flabbergasted, Shit is Butter. Um, I'm originally from the Netherlands, and I think there's a lot of MCs who are underground and should get recognition. Like from my close area, I could name a few. You know.
Yeah. Speak up. This is what's all about. Promoting the real guys.
Well, my dude Elmatic, he also dropped a new album recently called Practice Makes Perfect. He has a video out, One Step at a Time. Go check that out. But L is criminally underrated
Yeah.
by the public. But it's just hard to be heard, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for
So
anybody.
yeah, I mean there is so much music. So how do you actually kind of like make it? Like how do you make people listen to your music? Like what is the? I mean you've been around for a really long time, and it feels like the music industry is kind of like saturated. It's like way more music that people can actually consume. So how do you do it? Like how do you make sure that people actually hear your new music?
Man, yeah, now I have built up an audience, so it's a bit more easy. But when we first started doing it, we had a group called Hat for Z, we're still together. We never broke up, but we're not really active as a group. But we're all active as solo artists. But how we did it was we went to all the hip hop parties in town, and we were the guys rapping in front of the door always. And we were the guys saying we have an album coming out. And
Mm-hmm.
we just hardcore believed in ourselves. And it took 5 years for that album to be made. But in those 5 years, we had several moments where our shit elevated to bigger audiences. One of those was when we started to do ciphers, which
Mm-hmm.
was not
Oh yeah.
planned. It was like super organic. We were just all there. There was a camera there, and we just started rapping and filmed it. And
Mm-hmm.
now that video has 1.6 million views on YouTube.
That's the first video I saw of you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 3 years after that, the debut album dropped, and we sold out the release party here in town. And when we that year we had the momentum basically, so we dropped an album. I dropped my solo album the same year, October. And the end of that year, I think the first international show was in Greece. But after that, we went to Russia with the whole crew and Lithuania and started to go to all these crazy places. And the ball just kept rolling from there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Thank
So
you.
yeah, to answer the question more deeply, because that's maybe more my story, but to answer the question more,
Like, how do you make it? Yeah.
we had this real like raw approach to hip hop, like, and it felt really pure. So I think a lot of people gravitated towards that because it was just so raw, like it was real, and it wasn't set up in any form, in any way. It was just us being us, supernatural, but we were skilled at what we did, and we did that shit every day. And that day there just happened to be a camera present.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just to become once again the best what you can be at what you're doing. So it takes a lot of hours and dedication. Like this is for music, but also for dancing. Any expression.
Yeah. No pain, no gain. Gotta
Yeah.
put some work into it. That's what's up. Thank you once again for accepting our invitation and showcasing your music. Once again, guys, go to BlabberMouf Bandcamp or Shogun's YouTube, or you can find Mr. BlabberMouf on Instagram and Facebook as
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
BlabberMouf. Much love to you for sharing the vibe with us. I think we got Menno already in the building, so I can bring him in. Let's see. It's actually funny. What's up, bro?
What's good, man?
What's up,
This
man?
is this is
What's
funny
up?
to have two guys from the Netherlands
Yeah, what up, man?
in the
Ja,
building.
toch, rustig aan.
Good stick.
Do you guys actually know each other? Like because you're masters of each like craft and different element of hip hop.
We've met.
We met at IB. You introduced us.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I knew him before, but I never met him. So last IB, I think, is the first time we met.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What about you, Blabber? You heard of Menno before, or you just met him
Yeah,
at
of
IB?
course. One of my friends is called Sneeder. He's also a beat producer, but he's also heavy involved, or used to be heavy involved in the B-boys team here in town.
He is from the crew where Shane came up with before he was in Hustle Kidz.
Yeah, it was his original clique was Panic for None, I believe, and
Yeah,
after that, the bigger crew, Trash Can Hero.
yeah,
And
That's
now
dope.
you, of course, have HFC here, which is,
Small world, huh?
yeah.
yep.
Netherlands. That's what's up. Thank you once again, Blabber. We'll be in touch.
Thanks for having me, man. It's fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure this is not the last time to show your skills. So
Come on.
much love. We'll be in touch, and we're gonna continue with Menno. So once again, thank you, bro. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Peace.
So how you been, Menno? How's it going?
Pretty chill, man. It's
How-
going pretty chill. The the lockdown rules here are not so restricted, so
Mm-hmm.
you can still move around, you can still go outside, and you just keep distance. Um, and to me myself, it's impossible for me to get bored, so
Of
I'm
course.
I'm okay.
Super creative. Before we start the main interview, we always have a question related to the guests, and you guys can win one piece of the Legends gear. So, question for this episode is came up together with Menno. Who was the winner of the Breakers for Breakers project with the Menno Leisure clothing brand? You can send your answers to or submit your answers at thelegends.com/speakup, and you can win the signature tee by Spend One. So once again, who was the winner of the Breakers for Breakers project?
So
By
that was Slumdance Africa.
yeah, Slumdance Africa. The information is out there somewhere. You got to do your research. This is not like a simple question, but yeah, you got 1 week to answer. We'll announce the winner next episode. All right, let's start with the interview. Just really briefly, like, what got you into hip hop, or who got you into hip hop? Why you started with hip hop?
Um, I remember just having a Walkman. Um, he used to have these video like of not videotapes but just regular tapes inside, and they called hit zones. And it was just like regular like top top 20 or top 30 music. But there was always some hip hop in between, and I always remember like rewinding that parts back because I felt most. That was actually the first time that I was listening to music that I was like, oh, like I really felt like I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my older cousins, they were already deeply involved hip hop before I was, so there was also a small bridge. Um, they're like four older cousins, and two of them they used to break, and the other two were in music, and they were affiliated with, the oldest one was affiliated with Wu-Tang Clan also.
Yeah, crazy.
So that was like my first hip hop right away. Like I was with my mom, and my mom was like, "Oh, this is the thing, Wu-Tang. This is what your cousin is working with. You want to have it?" I was like, that was 36 Chambers.
Damn.
So from that moment, I couldn't even speak English, but I could like mumble like the full album,
Uh huh.
uh, because it felt so rebellious.
Damn.
So that was so, like straight from there, I was hooked.
How old were you at that time?
I think that was like seventh grade on lower school. I was
Mm-hmm.
probably around 12 or not 13, or maybe 11.
11 years ago. I mean, 11 years
Yeah,
old. So it's like maybe 20 years ago, 21,
yeah,
something like this.
more because that was before I was breaking,
Mm.
and I'm actually breaking 20 years already. So that must have been
Happy anniversary.
like 23 years ago, maybe.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So yeah, I was probably 9 or 10 then.
That's a good age to get influenced and start.
Yeah,
That's what's
and it
up.
was dope. I remember this, and this time it was Discmans also, like the with the CD. And in Holland, everybody goes to school on a bicycle. So then you had the Discman, but when you drive over a bump,
Anti
the
shock
the, C, the
piece.
CD would, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. So you had to
remember.
get the anti-shock. But I remember like driving my bicycle to school and be like getting
Wow.
full control. So the
Wow. Yeah, yeah, this is pretty crazy times. I remember that too.
yeah.
Can you briefly talk about your crew, Hustle Kids, like what it actually represents?
So Hustle Kidz is a crew that's originally from Tilburg City. That's my hometown. But there's also people inside from Rotterdam, The Hague, and Breda. But Holland is really small, and it's it's like a train line that goes um, from the south all the way to Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nobody in the crew from Amsterdam. But before Amsterdam is The Hague, and it's like all the cities that are on that particular line. We have crew members. Um, so I think we founded the crew around 2005 officially. Um, it basically was born from a older crew called Funky Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Funky Styles was like the first b-boy crew from my hometown.
Tilburg.
Um, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so they're the ones that like taught everybody around.
Word.
Um, and they were really dope. They really showed us like pushed us the right direction, and they were really harsh on biting, and they had a really like strong vision and like don't fuck with anybody else type of
Mm-hmm.
vision, you know. So I think they shaped us a lot. Um, but I don't know when they were like in their prime, breaking was not like I don't know when you got older, they
Mm-hmm.
like they got normal jobs and they lost they lost the motivation
Mm-hmm.
and they lost interest. Um, but this was a very dope crew. But everybody was related. It was like four couples of brothers inside of one crew, and then there was two of my cousins and me. So like
Wow.
everybody was like related. It was a very very dope crew. Um, but then at some point, I don't know if you Google funky styles, you get all these things. They pop up, and we don't feel like we like the younger guys from the crew feel like I don't know this name, funky styles. I don't know. I don't want to know if I want to live forever with this name on my back, you know.
Yeah.
So then we discussed it with the older guys, and we're like, yo, we really want to like continue your guys' legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the name, you know, funky styles,
Doesn't work.
like we want to change it to something else.
Yeah.
And they were like yeah, of course, but then you guys just start your own legacy, and you're like funky styles till I die. It's like we're not gonna change that shit.
Okay.
so but to me funky styles is hustle kits, you know, it's the same, is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, that we have like three generations now in the crew. So first generation is me, Cisco, my cousin M, Darkchild, Marvin, and then the second generation is James and Shane,
Mm-hmm.
and then Scaffa and some other guys, and then the last one is Kid Columbia and Justin.
Mm-hmm. So at the moment,
And
how many of you is in the Hustle Kids? It's around
active dancers, and then there's Gasama also, it's also Hustle Kid. So like actively,
six.
five,
Okay.
5 or 6, and then like battle wise, I'm probably the only one that's really active right now. And I'm not even active at this particular moment. But yeah, the guys haven't been really, uh, I don't know, touched by the scene that much. I think I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, understand. I mean, Cisco is now living back and forth in Mexico, right?
Yeah, yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, that's what's up. We got a short question from the audience. How do you deal with all the shit talking
Hey,
talkers?
doe eens even.
That's-
Kali, ik ben op camera. Running around naked and shit.
yeah,
How
no
does it
worries.
deal with?
Well, the shit talkers. Hello. Especially in the beginning, how did it affect you in the beginning? If you were ever doubting yourself.
Well, hold on 1 second.
So cute.
Kali, even. Sa, roep haar even.
Daddy's duties. Full-time father right there.
Yeah. Okay, so
So how did you deal with the shit talking at the beginning? Like, did it affect you in any way? Did you ever doubt yourself? And
no,
did you ever feel like breaking, like you were breaking like somebody else or something? He's
Oh
having too much
shit.
fun. Wow, this is
Yeah,
family vibes.
yeah. We have another one over here, so it's kind of hard
Yeah,
to
the little
control.
one. Amazing.
Kali. No, like it didn't really touch me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was kind of expecting it also a little bit. Um, but still it does something to you, you know. Uh, and I don't really read the comments. Um,
Mm.
but it's mainly like your friends and your family, and like like my wife, she's like reading the comments, and they're telling me, like everybody's telling me, and I'm like, oh really, shit. Like I didn't even really read all those comments because like I have better things to do than read all those fucking comments. But then I start reading them, and you know, some are funny, and then sometimes I feel like I almost feel bad for people that they like
Yeah,
don't
they're
understand this dance this much, that they but they really feel like they have this, like
they know what's up.
they know what's up. Like it's just in general, people like this are really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, my wife got really sad reading it, and that just makes me sad, you know. So it's like,
Yeah,
fuck man, like why so negative, you know? They can say their opinion.
and so mean sometimes,
uh
like doesn't even make sense.
and so mean, you know, but it's okay because I know I'm doing good, and I also know I still can do better than what I did. And
Mm-hmm.
like even their negative, a lot of negative comments, I feel there's also a lot to learn from those comments, because if everybody's saying one thing,
Mm-hmm.
for sure they got a point somewhere, you know.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, a lot of shit talking on my top rocks.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw the
they
what
made
was
a
it, like
really
a
they made a
recap of
really
your top rock on
yeah, they made
Facebook.
a really funny video. Actually, that was really funny. We had so much fun with that one. Like, that was dope whoever made it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but like they got a point, of course, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. Like I know I can top rock. Like I know that's not like the best of top rock I can do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like at a BC one, like my vibe, it's more of a fighting vibe than I feel really like I'm like
Yeah.
feeling the music that much on that moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel the vibe of the music, but it's not the music that I like to move to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Understand the beats.
so it just it's not natural, you know. I don't want to fake, like I don't want to fake a feeling. And of course, you can have that fighting feeling in your tops
Mm-hmm.
also. But I agree, my top's not good enough to put it that way on the stage, and that's fine. You know, I'm a 3 times world champion. I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah,
And that's the whole reason why I love this thing, what I do so much, you know, because you just never finish learning.
yeah, no doubt.
So yeah.
Actually, talking about BC1 battles, I have this one short video. I don't know if you can see it, but this is for people. Let me just play it. Even if you don't see it, I'll explain.
Let me see.
Okay. So basically, what we're just watching was the BC1 World Finals in Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
And Kila Kolya just finished his third round, and everybody was waiting for kind of like judge's decision, and he jumped in with this fourth round.
Yeah.
So I just want to know,
Yeah.
like, what was going on in your head at that moment, like, because it was like this.
I actually wanted to do this in Amsterdam too.
Okay.
If you watch the final versus Wing, you also see me trying to pull off one more round, because I always thought that would be something very cool to happen, you know, because that's when it's like, okay, there's live stream, there's rules and stuff, but at this point, if something spontaneous happen,
Unexpected.
I think that's dope, you know. And I think I also could show like who's the real champion, you know, because for sure you prepared your 3 rounds,
Yeah.
but what are you gonna do with an empty mind, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
when when
Surprise.
when the when the 3 rounds are finished, surprise, like, you know, like I'm not done after 3 rounds yet, you know. So I felt I could continue, and I felt it
Mm-hmm.
would be a dope moment.
Yeah, it definitely
um
was.
and it was also like I had one little slip, so I felt like, fuck, I felt the crowd was more on his side, and then I also slipped one time. So this is also like, I was like, oh shit, I have to put some extra pressure in it.
Mm-hmm.
um but that was not like the main reason why I did it, because if you watch me versus Wing, and I felt I felt in that battle Wing was losing more to himself than he was losing to me. I was pretty sure in that battle I took it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still wanted to do the extra round over there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened, and I don't know. I think it touched people, and it was
It was
cool.
history for real. Like it was definitely unexpected. So the reaction was amazing. So
Thank
what
you.
does it actually take to win Red Bull BC1 three times? You're the only one. Huh? Like what does it take? Like do you have any tips?
You have to be obsessed by training, and winning the BC1 shouldn't be the main motivation you have to train that hard. Um, it should be something where you can be like, okay, I trained for this long, I created so many things. Now is the time to put structure in it and to show it to people at full potential.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think you need to just train a lot and train smart and be thoughtful in the way you move.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like it's also preparation. Like you need to have experience. Um, you need to be strong mentally. I think also
Mm-hmm.
there's so many
For sure.
factors, but for sure, just training is the most important things. And if you want, we can go deeper on methods of training for competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's also like you need to plan your year kind of the way you train.
Mm-hmm. Now you
Because
can
to me,
definitely elaborate on it. Yeah.
there's a period where I'd be like, okay, this period I have zero pressure on my practice,
Mm-hmm.
and I just go to have fun and to create, and I see whatever I do, we just go to vibe. And then there's a training like, okay, there's a competition in 2 months, and I need to be ready. So
How
then
many
it's
sessions a day
just
you usually do? Like when you prepare for a battle like this? Dario is asking from Italy. Or depends.
my well, I train when I have time. Uh, like I look at my wife real nice, and I'm like, can I go train today? She's like, okay. Go. But yeah, I try to train every day. Um, but 4 times in the week, and then usually like 1.5 or 2 hours a day. But there
Mm-hmm.
was times I used to train 2 times a day. For the BC1 in Amsterdam, I was training like or gym in the morning and then breaking in the evening, or 2 times breaking
Mm-hmm.
and then rest in the weekends.
So talking about being obsessed with practicing, that's why you're obsessed now with air flares. I
Yeah.
can see your progress on Instagram.
Thank you.
For all
Yeah,
the haters out there, like you're getting it.
it's really hard, man. This move, it's so it's mentally also really challenging.
Uh huh.
But the last few years, I always felt like I just need to train to be competition ready, because every time I was training, I had like in a future project of, all right, then it's this and this battle.
Hmm.
If I have a battle in 2 months, it don't make sense to train only air flare, because just this one move is not gonna
Save you.
help me winning a
Yeah.
competition. Yeah, it's not gonna save me. I need to train my breaking, not like a particular skill to get better. And I felt I didn't have the time to invest in my breaking like that since, I don't know, like since I can remember, like maybe for 15 years or 10 years, that I've always been mentally like, okay, I need to be
Mm-hmm.
ready for the battle. Um, so now that pressure is off, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just
This is
training
the
air
time to
flare,
do it.
and my shoulders and my hips and my legs are extremely stiff, so I'm also really obsessive. Stretching right now is going really slowly, but like I try to stretch as much as possible. Um, yeah, and just keep training. I told myself I'm not gonna break normally until I can do this fucking move.
That's what's that's what's called obsession. That's why you won BC1 three times, right?
Yeah, and I feel I need to reinvent myself, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm always my breaking in general. I'm always really close to the floor, uh, and I think it would make sense to work on my higher levels.
Mm-hmm.
And I can already see like a glimpse of it sometimes. Now I do stuff, and I'm like, whoa, if I really control this. it's over, and it gives me motivation to like reinvent stuff and come like with a really new range of moves and possibilities.
Mm-hmm. We got a question from Michael. Let's see. When did you realize you have your own style? What was the breaking point?
Mm, I think I think I was pretty early. I think I was breaking for a couple years only, maybe 2 or 3 years. My cousins were always way better than me. They were
Mm,
also like physically talented. They could do flat 90 and they could do like really like good power stuff. And I was a very slow learner if it came to like power moves or freezes or like air stuff. Um, but I was creative and I kind of discovered through breaking that I could find different ways to still do something dope.
mm-hmm.
But I didn't even really realize it. It was more like automatic. Like, okay, I have to come up with something else because I cannot do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then people like my cousins start like rewarding me for it. They start to give me like respect and for the first time. And I remember telling my parents like, "Yo, he's getting good actually," because like they had no trust in me getting good in breaking.
Finally getting better. Okay, we got another question from Darison. Menno, what championship you think you were most in shape? I think he was in the Legends Blast Winter with the Red Bull BC1 All Stars. Everybody was on shape that day. I don't know.
Well, you know what was good. No, I don't think that was definitely not my fittest
Best
one.
shape.
I
Okay.
had one of the most fun doing that one. Crew battles
Mm-hmm.
are really nice. Um, but I think I was really fit in the BC1 10-year anniversary when I lost first round for Hong 10.
Oh yeah.
I think that was one of my fittest years. I think BC1 Amsterdam, BC1 Paris. I was also pretty 2014.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay. DJ Smirnov is asking, what's the best kind of battle music for you and practice music? If you can define it.
Um, it's hard to define because it's such a wide thing to say, and it's not like one particular style of music I
Uh-huh.
like. But I definitely like when there's something soulful in the music. I really like when you can hear like, okay, this song is not made behind a computer by somebody that's like, all right, I need to make some breaking beats for a live stream kind of
Mm-hmm.
vibe. And even some of them I really like, but in general, like it's hard to compare uh to a funk singer that lost his wife or something and that made a song about it, and it's really funky. Like I really miss having that feeling in
Mm-hmm.
competition battles. Um, there's not many vocals no more. Also
Mm-hmm.
in competitions,
True.
um, that's also something I miss because vocals brings a lot of feeling inside of the music.
Mm-hmm.
To practice, I have my periods. I practice to everything. I've been practicing to like reggae dub for the last weeks. Um, but I also really enjoy practicing to jazz music, rap music, rock music, everything. I think to train to different music is really inspirational for the way you move.
Mm-hmm.
Like
True.
sometimes I really enjoy like breaking on like country or blues music. Like yeah, it's like if I practice my footwork to blues, it has a very different type of lean or
Mm-hmm.
vibe where you have different parts in the music to play with, and I think it
Mm-hmm.
can definitely help you to develop like a more abstract way of moving.
That's what's up. Yeah, definitely. More diverse music, the more diverse movement. with the body.
Yeah, and I think this also a very underestimated part.
Yeah,
Like people lack on when they train. As sometimes people they don't care. They train on the same mixtape for like a year.
yeah, yeah. I have seen, yeah,
uh,
seen
you
that
only get this
everywhere.
like it's really important. Like do your research. Like be busy with music. Create playlists and prepare what you're actually gonna train or at home already. Like this you enjoy it way more instead of like walking back to the stereo and be like, oh, I'm
Mm.
tired of this.
That's definitely a part of practice too, to prepare your music up front.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't realize that. So, so you
and
want to,
also look up the music. Don't just listen mixtapes
yeah,
because in mixtapes things are passing by, but now you're really learning about the artist or about like artists that relate to that artist. Like if you really look for the music itself, you learn more about the music and you discover more about it.
the art form and everything.
Yeah.
So switching it up a little bit, you won Red Bull BC one 3 times. So what is next for you? Like, how do you keep motivated? Olympics or like, how do you feel
Air
about it?
flares, bro.
Air flies is the next step. Okay,
No, the Olympics is definitely like a challenge for me.
on the list.
Uh, yeah, I think it's probably gonna be my last one-on-one competition where I will train for like an actual athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like I'm willing to like invest a year to like really prepare and really go mentally like really straightforward to it. Um, And I think that's a pretty good time frame. That's like 3 years. Like 3 years? Or I
Yeah,
don't know if they
2024.
I don't know if
So
they're gonna delay it now because the other one is delayed.
yeah,
But
hard to say. Yeah.
I'll be 35 or 36 by then. So I feel it now already with this air flare. I'm definitely getting older.
Yeah. And look
Uh,
at Lego, right? He's a good inspiration
yeah,
for air flyers.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's something I'm motivated to, and then at the same time, like I can wait to like just still break but not have this competition cloud over me.
Mm-hmm. The pressure.
Uh, and at the same time, it's I love competitions, but at the same time, it's my breaking is becoming so seriously for me. The fun is still there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not there the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes it's just straight hard work, and it's a lot of sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I'm actually training for BC1, and I'm really like really sharp, really on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I'm like, I can't wait to practice again after BC1 because then I can just enjoy my practice without this pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, and then it's not pressure that I am nervous for the battle, but it's pressure I put on my own back
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, of course.
to like really be ready and work hard for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And do you feel there is something missing in the scene at the moment for b-boys or b-girls of your caliber? Like, I mean, for example, like where do you see Breaking 5 or 10 years from now? Like, you know what I mean? Like in other art forms or even sports, maybe they have like some leagues or like some, some series.
Yeah.
Obviously, Red Bull BC one is the biggest one, but like, do you see this part of like the competition wise becoming more structured, more organized, let's say 5 10 years from now? Do you feel like the Olympics gonna have that impact on the scene, or is it hard to
I
say?
th- I th- I think so. Um, yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna have a big impact, and not just the Olympics itself, but just straight the organization of everything around the Olympics. Um, the other competitions that's affiliated with Olympics, and I
Hmm.
think I think they're definitely down to really listen to us and to try to make it as much as possible but still breaking is such a free thing, and it's gonna be compromised a little bit somehow.
Mm-hmm. So what can we do as a scene or as individuals to make sure that the culture is preserved in a sense? Because obviously there might be some commercialism in a sense,
Yeah,
some like TV, broadcast or whatever. A lot of people might look at it as a sport eventually because maybe like the battle element of breaking could be considered as a sport in a sense. But like, what can we do as individuals to carry on the tradition and make sure that the future generations really experience the real thing? Do you?
yeah, really, really speak up about it.
Mm-hmm,
Uh, I think it's really important also to the next generation, but also to the people you work with. Um, yeah, it's a difficult one. I can apply for for like a certain sports status in my country,
mm-hmm,
and that will make me an official athlete, and that will give me a lot of benefits.
mm-hmm,
So that's a really amazing opportunity. But I feel I don't know if I really want to do it because I just feel I don't know, it just feels unnatural for me somehow.
mm-hmm.
And like at this point, if you're in the system, you need to fill in your whereabouts. Um, you need to fill in the app where do you live, where do you travel, what hotel you're staying, what time you're home, what time you're training,
Yeah.
like for every day for a full year.
Wow.
And I'm just really scared, like for the sake of my the
Art.
love that I have for this art, that my feelings will change, if I go really like all the way in that system. I'm like, I don't know, it's so much good benefits, but at the same time, what if I start like to be annoyed all the time but what I have to do, and then I
Mm.
start enjoying it less, and then either way it's gonna affect my dance maybe someday. Um, but yeah, it's I think this type of situations are gonna happen more often, and it's just gonna get more and more. And there's a lot of good sides on it, but of course you have to give something back too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, talking about giving something back, you organized this Breakers for Breakers
Yeah,
project that you helped one of the African dancer to go to catch the flavor, right?
yeah,
And Outbreak Europe. What else? Like, because we can grow as a community if every one of us gonna give something back to the scene. Like, so this is your way with your clothing brand, with everything that you've been doing. Like, do you have any other ideas in the future? You did the back rock challenge that I really enjoy.
yeah.
This was
Thank
like
you.
a lot of guys got creative with this stuff. So like, I mean, this is really amazing to see. I mean, I don't know if you have anything else planned in the future, like how you would like to support the scene back.
There's not really something right now that I have in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I've been having some talks with the organizers from Slum Dance Africa, and I actually have a pretty dope idea because I also met slum gods from India, from Mumbai, from Dharavi slum,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's possible to set up an exhibition battle like the slum in India versus Kibera slum in Kenya, to
Wow.
organize like a live crew battle. I think that would be really dope. So I
Wow.
didn't hit up the guys from India yet. Maybe they're watching right now, but this is like an idea that's going to my mind, and we might be able to set up. That would be really dope.
That would be really amazing. Inspiring a lot of kids in that area.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. What about okay, so how do you feel actually about the situation right now about these online battles? Like what's your perspective on this? What's going on right now?
I think it's really cool, man. That stuff still is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching some of them, um, and it's really cool, especially if you see like people from corners of the world. They're getting like connected with the scene so much more than they would usually than they would usually do or be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really beautiful to see. Um, and yeah, it it shows how strong our scene is. You know that we still, even though we're so far apart, that we still find like creative ways to still like connect.
And
Because
inspire.
it's really funny, you know, you see people talking at their homes, and you know these people, you see them on travels for many years, and then you see actually somebody like in his house, you know. So it gives you like a bit of more like a feeling with a person, and that's cool because you see a other side of people, and you see their house settings, and it keeps them motivated. So I think it's cool. I might enter the next break free one
All right.
actually.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And what do you expect to happen like right after the pandemic is over, as far as like physical jams, maybe people appreciating things more, or like how do you see this? I mean, I don't know when this is gonna happen, but like
Yeah.
it'll be
Fuck,
interesting
I
to.
don't know, and I'm scared when it goes normal, it goes back again to this shit. Um, but yeah, I think people definitely gonna appreciate a lot. Of course, if there's no outbreak or no IBE for a year, and then you waited all the year, and then you go and you're finally there. You know, I think it's gonna be really cool, especially the after parties. People gonna go wild probably. They have a lot like double time to catch up.
For real. Let's see how this is gonna be. We got another question from Smirnov. Who you want to battle most of all as a person? If there is any person you really want to battle, but
Not really,
maybe
not really
battle
somebody.
everybody already.
I battle a lot of people already.
So there is no.
Yeah, not necessarily. I wish I could go back in time and then I would definitely want to battle some people.
Uh huh. Okay. Where do you search for inspiration, and who inspires you at the moment? Is it outside of the scene or just scene? Like where do you look for inspiration for your art?
Um, I don't know. It just comes to you. I don't really look for inspiration. Um, it just happens like naturally when I train.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I think when I train, there's always things like every time I train, I can find like two or three new ideas like really easily. So every time I train, I have something I can build on or something I can work with. Uh, and I think in that way, I always keep improving myself a little bit, or at least changing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, recording yourself helps a lot to really see like study your movement, study your own movement, and you can also see like a lot of different angles and different ideas and insights in your dance.
Mm-hmm. And since now you're a full time father, like congrats on your son. It was like a
Thank
couple
you.
months back, right?
Yeah,
So now you're a father of two kids. Like, how do you balance everything? Because you're full time father, full time b-boy. I mean, now this time is a little crazy. So
yeah,
maybe it's a different situation. You don't travel as much, but like, how is this life? Because this is you had a daughter before, but now you have two kids, so it's getting
yeah.
probably more difficult to practice.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely not train every day no more.
Hmm.
Um, you really need to plan, and you just sleep late and wake up early. Um, Actually, I don't know how I will do the travel parts yet because it did no travel started. Um, but my parents don't live in. I live in Rotterdam. My parents live in Tilburg. My wife's parents also live in another town. So we have like a daycare for my daughter, like 3 days in the week.
Hmm.
So that gives us a little bit time, like time to do something for yourself. So I can train in the daytime a little bit, clean the house, or like gives you space to do things like that. Um, and yeah, the second one is gonna go to daycare too.
Mm-hmm.
when he gets older. But right now, I don't know the situation. So maybe my wife goes back to work and she start working, like she works on the school. So maybe she's gonna work an extra day
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know when I will work again. So then that will mean I will be like full time daddy over here. Not full time, but like definitely an extra day of two.
Mm-hmm. So with the help of your wife, looks like everything is possible, right? And she's
Yeah,
flexible, helping you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
with the
And
practice.
when they get older, they will entertain each other more, and things will get easier again. But like right now with a newborn baby, like this particular time, it's yeah, it's hectic sometimes to leave the house when two for one person with two kids, like a crazy 3-year-old one, and then
Mm-hmm.
another one that's like a couple of weeks and is crying. Um,
Yeah.
but my wife is really like sacrificing a lot. Also, it's like she's still like giving me the space to train and to
Yeah.
do my thing. So yeah. I
Definitely.
think I think a foundation of a good relationship is really really important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So she's definitely part of your success. She's responsible
yeah, for sure,
for your success.
definitely.
What would you tell a 15-year-old Menno? I mean, you experienced so much throughout your breaking career. Like, would you change anything, or would you? What advice would you give like to young b-boys?
Um, I think to young b-boys right now is like really really focus on the art and really like try to get your enjoyment out of that part.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and really don't put winning competitions as your first priority or as your motivation because that stuff's gonna knock you down because maybe you'll never win or you'll not win often or it's gonna disappoint you and it's gonna affect your fun in doing it because especially with kids around 15, you're gonna get 18, you're gonna go to the club, like girls start coming to your life, you start to like discover like relationships or it's really easy to get distracted at this age. So I think breaking is something that can keep you straight, keep you in a focus with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so just really enjoy the road, have fun with it, and don't put too much pressure on succeeding because
Mm-hmm.
having fun you already succeed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it should be about fun.
But still, yeah, like it's you're
Fun.
doing breaking and this shit is serious, so like you gotta take the art serious
Mm-hmm.
if you want to call yourself a b-boy, like in general. Don't do it like halfway. If you do it, you do it, and
Focus on
you
it.
be critical to yourself if you want to make something out of it.
Mm-hmm. What would you say was your biggest challenge during your career? Like, during your breaking career, what was the biggest challenge you had to overcome?
Um, my biggest challenge.
Like, for example, regular job versus breaking, where you're able to support yourself since day one with breaking, or the struggle or injuries.
I always been able to support myself through breaking because I started young and I was making money with shows and teaching
Mm-hmm.
already when and prize money and I still live with my parents, so I was always able to save up. And
Mm-hmm.
the moment I started living on my own, I had like a buffer of monies, and then I got down with Red Bulls, so then that brought more stability to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so actually, that everything flowed very naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the biggest challenge, um, yeah, I think definitely maybe getting the contract with Red Bull because you're traveling and you're winning like almost every competition in the world and you're still like hustling, surviving. And like I mean you're living, but it's hard to save up if you live on your own from just dancing at that time
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So I was like, you see all those guys, with Red Bull flying everywhere, being in nice hotels, and like, damn, like,
Rolling.
I want this. And like, what? That's what they can. Oh shit! That's what I want. I want that. So that became like a motivation, and I was like,
Hmm.
if I win this, I might be able to get the contract, and they would give me much more stability in breaking. Because I also worked a little bit in theater, and then I was teaching, but still at the end, I felt like if I was just straight breaking and going to events, that was the purest form of being close to what I like to do the most. So it's
Hmm.
like if I can on that part make a living from breaking, I think nothing would make me more happier in life. So then that became a motivation, uh, and eventually it all succeed.
Hmm.
So and
So,
now and now being part of Red Bull, uh, I've been I've been able to like save up and invest in the clothing brand and started my own brand and start pushing that.
reinvesting.
So I
Yeah.
feel it's like steps, 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 steps.
Hmm. Yeah, you gotta be smart with it too.
Yeah,
The investment. Okay, for all our guests, we have a quick 10 questions. Which is just one word answer.
yeah,
All the guests are getting the same questions, so let's see what you're gonna get. What does success mean to you? Just one word.
fun,
Fun. Okay. What does hip hop mean to you?
lifestyle,
Okay. What is your favorite song to get down to?
impossible. That's one word.
Yeah, everybody's stuck with this one. But creating a playlist for people, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's really impossible. I have to start looking at the playlist and be like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. Just any song that turns you on.
Bob James, not Naughtiest.
Bob James Navies.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll write that down. What is your favorite place on earth?
home,
Home. Okay. Your favorite breaking move?
baby freeze,
What breaking move you cannot do?
double air flat.
Never. Okay, so you can do one. What is your favorite food?
That's another really difficult one. I love broccoli.
Broccoli. Okay, let's go with broccoli. Who is your favorite music artist of all times?
Miles Davis.
Miles Davis. Okay. Who is your favorite upcoming b-boy or b-girl?
Um, I like Rob a lot from Style Invaders, Belgium.
Ropela?
Rob,
Rob.
Rob
Oh, Rob.
Sick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, so,
Stun Invaders.
yeah.
Okay. And the last question, a quick 10. What will you be doing in 5 years and where?
I will be probably doing the same thing what I do right now, on a bigger, more successful scale.
Will you have more kids? Extra question. Or two is enough.
For now, for now, two is enough for now. But if the success get really good and I get like a big mansion, then I might have some more kids
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and a
Li-
babysitter.
Okay. A quick question from Michael here. How did you build your foundation on breaking? And how I can
Um,
become original like you? As the second question from the same guy.
I think first learn basic your basic powers in your body? Like, where's your flexibility? What are your stronger points, like in general? Are you really athletic, or are you very musical? Are you very flexible? What type of character do you have? Um, and really just try to make full use of that, and like bring that try to bring that out in dance and movement as much as possible. um
Mm-hmm.
I think just learn basic foundation, but in the meanwhile, when you learn it, for sure always be have this awareness around you, where you can pick up like moves, because maybe you try something, it's not working out, but in an accident
Mm-hmm.
you can fall into something else. A good example is like all the videos of the air flares that I'm training. There's always like a couple, like it's almost the same thing. You just see a little improvement, but there's always you see me falling out of the air flare some ways, or like combining it with different movements in a different way. Every time there's something new or something else inside of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I share the videos that way so people can actually see how I train. That is really important. Even you're not be able to do the move yet,
Mm-hmm.
along the way you like picking up little details,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that can still make you do something dope, or flip the thing. When you can finally do it, that you can like make it really part of your system.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is very important. Um, Another thing is learn your history. Um, who came before you? Who's doing what? Um, Dig deeper than BC1 stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real, it's really important to study those people that came before. They have like a timeless touch on the floor, and I think that that special touch. That's the secret, like
Mm-hmm.
the energy of breaking. That will always like have to stay with this dance. If that particular energy disappears, I think it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a really sad day. So I think it's really important to study that, to understand, try to feel what they felt back in the day, the way you see them going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like try to catch that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Look at their body postures. Look how natural they flow. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's really really important to know these type of things, and to understand these type of things. I remember when I was breaking not so long. In the beginning, I was very attracted to b-boys from Texas because it's a lot of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then Cisco actually showed me Swift Rock and skill methods, and he showed me other things. And I remember watching those tapes back then. I was like, I was because he was Cisco was talking so big about it. I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, this is gonna be crazy. And then I was watching it, and I was like, Rainbow, Halo, Chair Freeze, Mini Swipe, Three Step. I was like,
Wow.
nothing I never saw before. you know,
Uh-huh.
there's other guys doing like a full twist. He's landing on his fucking tip of his elbow. That impressed me way more back at that time. Uh, but I just like and at this time I was already breaking for maybe for 10 years.
Mm.
So you can imagine. You think you do something for 10 years, you have a slight feeling of what you're doing. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? You don't. And I really learned that, and I remember myself like having that vision of breaking, and then I also remember myself like rewatching it again
Mm-hmm.
and being like, damn, like just give me goosebumps all over. And when I see him like then, wow, how is this possible that I didn't see what
Didn't see it
back then
before.
what I when I see right now? It's
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So.
I think it's really really important for a beginner to like also understand that part, go through
Mm-hmm.
that the transition
Through
in
that process.
breaking from becoming a break dancer to a b-boy.
Mm-hmm. So analyzing your body, your power, related to the moves, learn the foundation moves, and learn your history. People who
Yeah,
are behind the
definitely,
moves. That's what's up.
definitely.
Great answer. What can you tell me quickly about your
Oh damn, you
Monopoly?
put this one. This is this is like one of the first one I made ever.
Yeah,
That's funny.
it's colorful.
This is when I just started. This
Okay, well, improvement.
well, yeah, definitely. So when I stopped moving away from my parents, I moved to Rotterdam, and the first months I had no internet and no TV,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to like doodle a lot, like in school, but not really serious, like after school or something, just like in my papers. Um, and then I started drawing a little bit more, and I did groceries at Lidl, this cheap supermarket, and they were selling this little canvas things.
Mm,
I was like, why not? I have nothing else to do at home. So I picked one up and it just started randomly like
just
filling
like
it
that.
in, and then I started coloring the things, and it's actually this is I think the third or the fourth thing that I
Mm-hmm.
ever made. Uh, and I got like nice reactions from it from people. People like, "Oh shit, it's pretty cool. I didn't know you was doing this." I was like, "No, me neither. I'm just,
Hidden talent.
I'm just messing around,
Yeah.
because I'm not really like a realistic drawer or something.
Yeah.
Um, but I was busy. I did some graffiti when I was younger, just like
Mm-hmm.
tagging and some throw ups, but nothing impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad actually. Uh, but yeah, and then before I knew, like I had dedicated one room in my house just to painting, and there were like 60 paintings hanging and standing in one room. Um, and then I start selling some, and then I really got motivated. I was like, oh shit, people want to buy this. I was like, that was
Okay.
a really like another push of motivation. And now I have my studio where I break, and I have one room is where I paint, and one room where I break. But painting takes so much time right now that it's really hard to give
Mm.
time. But I actually sold some paintings for really decent prices that I was like, I can't believe I sold a painting, like something I actually made for this. Like it's really cool. Like every time I sell something, I get really motivated to do more. But then um, if I leave home now from painting, before I know, like it's 9:30 now over here. If I would go right now, it's easy to come back like next morning or like deeply in the night. The time goes so fast, and I work with layers, so I need time to let it dry and to go again, and it's just eats so much time that I don't have right now, and it's
Yeah.
frustrating because
Especially now. Yeah.
like you really want to do it, but you cannot really have because you don't have the time. But
You gotta prioritize big time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember when Max one bought one of your.
he was actually the very first one that bought
Oh, word.
a art
Damn.
piece of me. Yeah,
Crazy. I saw it in his
yeah,
house. Like, damn, crazy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's
That was dope.
that's what's up. Okay, what about your clothing brand, Menno Leisure? Can you tell us more about the philosophy behind it, or when you started, or what's the motivation?
Yeah, so um like at the time, like around 2013, 2014, I was doing a lot of competitions, and every time I had like a brand new tracksuit for the competition, I won the competitions. So in one year, I was almost undefeated. I won Battle of the Year. I won UK Champs. I won Battle Hip Hop Session. Like I won like five or six like big competitions in one stream, and every time when I won, I had a new tracksuit on. So it became like a lucky thing. And
Mm-hmm.
every time before the bell, like, damn it, I still need to buy a new tracksuit. So it really became a mission. And back then, it was really difficult for me to find the tracksuit that I actually like, because I don't like the way they shape the pants, because they're all in Holland. It's like very popular are the soccer or the football tracksuits, but they have this fit that I don't like. That
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel b-boy when I wear them.
Yeah.
Um, so I always had this dream. I was like going to the stores and like, damn, I wish I could design my own tracksuit. It was like a kind of a dream that I always had. Um, and then I won BC1 in 2014, and shortly after, this guy Robbie Denham, he hit me up. He's from Scotland and he makes high-end jeans. And he sent me a picture of his jeans over, and he's like, yo, I want to send you one of your jeans. He was extremely passionate about it. But this particular model that he sent me had like some really bright colors in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, ah, it's not really my type
Taste.
of style, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to accept it and not wear it, you know. And I'm not gonna battle in it. And he was like, oh, you design your own jeans, then tell me how you want it, and I'll make it just the way you want it. And I told him like, oh, actually, I want to design my own tracksuits. I just said it like randomly. We just like talking for like a couple minutes,
Wow.
and he's like, let's do it then. And he flew me out to Scotland,
Wow.
um, to do like a video, like me in his jeans, like an internet commercial video.
Mm-hmm.
And we went camping, like wild camping in the wild.
Like,
And
amazing.
and then he made the first. We bought fabrics and we start drawing, and we draw like, I don't know, like 15 designs or something on paper. And then finally we had the winner, and we he helped me learn how to draw, like he made me examples of how to draw the clothing out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made the first prototype, and then Intact came in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my connection to produce it in Ukraine. So I went with this guy Robbie. I went with him to Intact, to Ukraine, to Kiev, to stay there. It was a really funny trip also. Uh, but yeah, we all like end up being like really good friends because of this process. Um, so because when I started to go back in the history of the brand a little bit, it called Menno tracksuits.
Right.
Um, one thing that was like the hardest thing of the whole brand is giving it a name. Like I could just couldn't find the right name that I really liked. That I was like, okay, I'm behind this 100%. And then the more I start thinking, and like people around me were like, just call it Menno, just call it Menno. Like, and in Holland, Menno is really like a regular name.
Ah.
Um, but for people like outside of Holland, it sounds like a word, I guess, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
People think it sounds cool, and then I was like using my own name, it kind of gave me like, I guaranteed like to put my everything behind it because I put my own name in it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I started calling it Menno Leisure, and I call it leisure because that's like fun times. That's when the pressure is off. It's like off work times,
Mm-hmm.
and I think if you really like really do your passion or your leisure time right, you can create a leisure lifestyle. Because if you always, how to say this, if you do what you like, it feels like you're never working actually, you know.
Exactly. It's fun. It's a game.
And that's the vibe I want to bring out, and that's why like a tracksuit always fits perfect with it. But I
Absolutely.
started building like more than just tracksuits,
Mm-hmm.
so just to make a wider choice of products.
Yeah, we can actually show the website. Maybe we can briefly talk about it. And I understand you with the name. It took us 2 or 3 weeks to figure out the legit. It was
Yeah,
a struggle too.
it's hard.
So I know the process. So you can actually talk about the products. Let me turn my window off and I'll just go through the website.
Yeah, maybe I need to update this website. Like, I don't know. So I was with the web shop guy today, but somehow the Instagram photos are not loading on the site. Can you go to the Instagram? It makes more sense if you go to the Instagram. You can click on it on the website. Alright. Can you still hear me? You.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear you. I just need
Alright.
to turn off my window so you can see the full screen of the web.
Okay.
Okay, so you can talk about it. You see the screen?
Yeah, I see it. But now I don't think I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can just talk and I will just navigate through the website.
I so
Okay.
yeah, this is some of the newest stuff that I'm that I brought out. Um, One thing that I really like also about it, um, is it kind of dragged me back into my photography a little bit more. So I'm shooting most of these photos myself. I think all the last 20 photos I posted, I made myself. I always credit the photographer. So if you don't see any credit to any photographer, that means I took the photo. Um, and I don't know, I was busy with photography for a while, but then I kind of lost cause. I was just shooting my crew and we traveled, but then I started traveling by myself a lot and I was still walking around like doing street photography a little bit, but then got a little bit tired of carrying around this laptop and all these lenses and stuff and everybody was a photographer at some point, so I was like, I kind of lost the feeling for it. But when I needed photos for my brand, that I started catching back up to it more. So I got an old film camera. I shoot most of it on film. Um, and yeah, it just shows you there's so many paths in doing what you like. So like another thing that I find really interesting now is finding the right models to uh, to shoot. It's also a challenge because like at some point you shot all your friends that has like a cool look of photos and you need to have more people. So like sometimes I just ask random people in the street if they're down to model for it, or you hit up people on Instagram. um but yeah, I really enjoy the process of getting the product done and then do the photography part and like really enjoy just watching it all coming together, you know. um it's not something that brings profit in yet, but it's definitely something I really love just to do. um it's a lot of investing still right now, but I think it can be successful if I keep on pushing it.
Yeah, amazing. Now I'm just watching through all the models. It looks crazy. Super dope level, bro. Take it to the next level for
Thank you,
real.
man. Yeah, and I think like we have the legits, we have Menno Leisure, but there's like Cipher Code, but there's not that many like strong brands from our community yet.
Yeah.
That's like also represented outside of the scene. I mean, everybody can wear Vans or Stussy or any skateboard brand and not be a skater, but still know it's affiliated with skating, but you still wear it. And it's crazy thinking about it. How b-boys were always these trendsetters, like with the Puma Suede and the Adidas
Hmm.
shell toe and the Gazelle. All these like looks. They're basically like a lot of looks are like set by b-boys, and
Yeah.
yet there is no b-boy Adidas, but there's like the Adidas model that made the b-boys made popular. It's like a skateboard
Yeah.
version because they have a better market and they're way bigger in what they do than what we do. But I think like my motivation is to one day to have a brand that represents
B-boys.
breaking and like in
Yeah.
street fashion outside of just the b-boy scene.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to like find my ways to somehow get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when I think about Olympics, I'm like, yes, this is a fucking opportunity. Not even the fact of wanting to win it, but like you see on High Snob Society or like all these
Yeah.
like these pages, like skating becomes Olympic and they have interviews with skaters.
Hmm.
So maybe this could be a link for me one day as a world champ to go to the Olympics to talk about it on a platform like that and
Hmm.
then somehow made the link to my brand.
No, for sure. I think it's
That's
coming.
like that's it's like I got like 3 years till that happens. And if I look at my brand last year and if I look at my brand the year before and the year before that, like I can definitely see my brand has been growing and is becoming more official. Still I got a lot to work on because we're basically doing everything. Like I'm
Hmm.
packaging up the things and my
Hmm.
my wife is doing the email talks and stuff.
Hmm.
But like beginning till the end, it's all like run by me at the end, and then Intact is doing a very big part in Ukraine as well.
Hmm. So if people are supporting a brand, they're supporting your art too, and I think
Yeah,
this is really
definitely.
important that b-boys and b-girls support their own. And
Actually, they're supporting the scene, and this
exactly,
sounds a big because at the end, like right now, to be really honest, the money that I make from the band, it goes right back in, and the motivation is just to bring out doper stuff with better quality, and
exactly.
just keep on pushing it to the higher level.
And this is important. Like people in the scene, they need to realize like when they support you or Intact or us, like we'll give it back to them. Like us in the sense of events, we also support other b-boys, the Legends clan. You have your own projects. Intact is doing a lot for the scene, so
Yeah,
there should be a time that people should realize this and support their own basically, because this is like a circle that that
yeah, definitely.
it works like that. I mean, that was like Max one idea like long time ago, and we're just trying to keep it. And I think with the mainstream audience, with the Olympics, like eventually, you could get more recognition. But b-boys and b-girls should definitely support first, and they should be
Yeah,
proud that they have their own brands and that they should support it
yeah.
for sure. Dope. This was like a really dope and long talk. Hopefully, you didn't get tired, but like, thank you so much
That's all right.
for your time and sharing your story. Maybe we can just wrap it up. Like, what are your plans for 2020?
My plans. I got really dope news. I have a train right now in an old school building. But it's like government owned and it's for sale. So in the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's for rent to creative, so really cheap. But I can actually lose it any moment.
Uh-huh.
If somebody wanna buy it, then we just need to get out. But I'm getting like an official spot
Wow.
soon in Rotterdam South, and it will
Sick.
be open for classes,
Wow.
and there will be a space to expose art, and like it will be just like a place with 2 floors with a lot of dope things that's gonna happen there. So hopefully this will all start in July.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get in if everything goes towards to the plan.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think I need to put a lot of time also in investing in that place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's see. I hope there's gonna be some events. Um, Maybe there's gonna be some like a really small IB edition.
Wow. To start it off, to set it
Um,
off.
yeah,
That would be crazy.
the rumors. I heard rumors like a European thing, like a small thing.
Dope.
So I'm really looking forward just to that and training my air flare. Hopefully, I will do a real air flare soon, and all the haters will stop saying I do handstand.
And you will get it in 2020. Airfly
2020.
by Menno.
Yeah.
Continuous
No,
airfly.
I'm just gonna enjoy training and
Yeah.
and do my thing, and actually it's giving me a lot of family time as well because normally I'm traveling a lot, and
Yeah.
now I'm really close to my family, so it's actually a really amazing time. Uh, it's just scary that you don't really have financial security in the future. You're like, look, like, how long is this gonna take? How am I gonna make money? We're lucky the government of Holland is pretty supportive. So I did get some money from the government, so I can breathe a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah, let's hope for
hopefully
the best.
soon it's gonna get back to normal.
Yeah, that's what's up. Do you have any final message for the viewers? Spend with us a couple hours.
Thank you, man, for sticking with us, listening to our story. How many viewers do we have? Where
Well,
can
at
I
the
see this?
moment now, I don't know. Usually the per episode is around 600, 700. Now it's like 7
Oh
live.
damn!
Maybe it's
Oh
too late for
seven!
some people.
Oh, what's up,
I
guys?
think we got around 25 or 30 at the maximum on top.
Okay,
So
okay. So
yeah,
special
it's
shout
harder
out
than
to
on
the last
Facebook
ones.
or Instagram, but this is
And
YouTube.
I don't see their comments.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I
So
mean,
don't think I. So maybe they think like this guy is not going into any questions, but I don't
no, no,
see
no.
the.
I try to feature the best questions. I mean, the last question here is like, who's better than Chuck Norris? Paul One and Menno. That's the answer himself. Philip Sikora from Czech Republic.
What's up?
Anyway,
Nice.
so thank you for sharing your story. Thank you guys, everybody who watched. You can also listen to Spotify podcast and Speak Up. And the question again for the Legends gear is who was the winner of the Breakers for Breakers project with
Slum dance.
yeah, send your answers to legends.com/speak up. Once again, thank you guys and see you next week, next Thursday. Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you, man.
Peace out. All the
Catch
best.
up soon. Thank you,
Uh,
man. You too.
bye.
Peace.
Peace, guys. All the best.